The LA Rams are on to Cincinnati, for real, not metaphorically, taking on the 0-2 Bengals, who have been here before, like really recently.
Obviously, you don't want to start 0-2. It's not what we were planning on, not what you want to do at all.
This is exactly where we were last year. This team, I think, is going to only continue to get better and better with every game that passes.
0-2 didn't keep Cincinnati from turning things around last year, so why should it this year? But this has to be the turning point, because 0-3 and making the playoffs are Lloyd Christmas odds.
The give to Edwards up the middle. He's got the first down. And Baltimore can take a knee.
We know it's a 17-game season, and so there's no overreaction on our end.
We're going to bounce back. That's what we do. That's all there is to it.
Higgins at the bottom of your screen. Burrow, pressure coming. Looking for Higgins. He's got it. Touchdown.
First off, follow Joe Burrow's calf this week.
We're going to have to wait and see. I'm not sure how it's going to feel the next couple days. It's pretty sore right now, but no telling how it's going to feel, so I think we're going to take it day by day.
Burrow and the Bengals' offense and passing attack still aren't right, though. He threw a red zone pick, only had 222 yards, under 5.5 per attempt, a rating under 90, better than week 1, but not great.
Burrow to the end zone, intercepted, picked off by Stone.
T. Higgins at least showed up. He was shut out in week 1, caught 8 passes last week, almost 90 yards, 2 scores.
Passes into the end zone. Higgins catches it. Touchdown for the Bengals' first offensive touchdown of the year.
However, Bengals waiting on Jamar Chase to have his first big game, only 31 yards last week.
Burrow to the end zone. Chase could not hold on.
Rams defense also dealing with wide receiver Tyler Boyd, 6 catches, 50-plus yards versus Baltimore.
Burrow throws, and he's got a first down to Tyler Boyd.
That group is used to putting up big numbers. The LA secondary they faced this week handled Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett well in week 1, then versus Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, didn't allow too many yards, 206 yards passing allowed, no touchdowns, and they held Purdy to a low 90s rating at least.
Purdy, pressure coming late as he throws to the sideline. The catch. Oh, what a play.
LA also let him go 17 for 25 for 8.2 an attempt, and that was tied to only getting to him once, only hitting him 3 times on 26 dropbacks.
With time, Purdy to the sideline, and the juggling attempt and the catch by Jawan Jennings.
Burrow faced pressure less than 20% of the time last week. However, he was also getting rid of the ball quick, which is why they didn't generate a lot of splash plays. And then you have their run game, Joe Mixon, almost 60 yards, 4.5 per run, almost identical to week 1.
There's a run with Mixon, and he's got some room around the corner. So Mixon energizes the crowd.
You can make the case to give him 20 or so tokes based on how LA handled CMC, over 110 yards rushing, almost 6 per carry, and a touchdown.
CMC detonates for 50 more yards.
And they couldn't hit Deebo with any bricks. He scored and hit it over 7.5 per run against them.
Samuel to the edge, steps through a tackle, now cuts it back. Deebo Samuel through traffic for the touchdown.
Rams' own rush attack is also their X factor.
You know, I have tremendous respect for Cam Akers, but I felt like, for our football team today and in this game, and as we move forward, that was going to be the best decision for us.
Rolling with Kyron Williams, over 50 yards and a TD last week.
He fights for it. He's got it. Kyron Williams.
The Bengals rush D he faces just allowed 6.2 a run to Gus Edwards.
Gus Edwards on first down has some room. Look at Edwards go. Bulldozing his way to the 45-yard line.
Still, LA's offense comes down to what Matthew Stafford can do. He sparkled in week 1, not so much in week 2.
A couple plays here or there, and this one's in our back pocket.
Had over 300 yards, but under 6 yards per attempt, a TD against 2 picks, a rating under 70.
Stafford sets, throws middle, intercepted, picked up the 35. Stafford's second pick of the day.
He got great protection week 1, not in week 2. He only got sacked once, but he faced pressure 39.4% of his dropbacks.
Shotgun snap. Here comes the blitz. Off his heels. He can't get it away. He's sacked for the first time this season by Fred Warner.
Here's the thing, though. Cincinnati's pass rush didn't sack Lamar Jackson once, and they only hit him once.
On first down, Lamar Jackson, plenty of time. Taking a deep shot for Flowers, and Flowers has it.
If they don't pressure Stafford, better chance he does what Lamar did to them through the air. Over 235 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks, a rating over 110.
Jackson looking end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown!
Cooper who? Cincinnati's secondary should familiarize themselves with rookie wide receiver Puka Nacua.
I mean, he's the epitome of what we want to be as Rams. I love Puka Nacua.
Holy bajoli.
Left side. Puka's got it. 50, 40, 35 and out of bounds. First down, LA.
No rookie has ever hauled in more receptions in their first 2 NFL games. 20 targets last week. 15 catches, 147 yards.
On third down, it's Nacua Matata. No worries.
Bengals can't sleep on Tutu Atwell either. He's looked good in both their games. 7 catches, over 75 yards last week.
Stafford has to step away from pressure, looking for Atwell on the sideline, and he pulls it away from Diamador Lenore.
Super Bowl rematch, Apprentice versus Master, Part 2. So that's like what? Ben versus Vader and Last Hope, I think. Chop up this game for us in the comment section. Provide a score like these 10.